Again, when you don't see the safe link here, you do have to be pretty careful. I think that's what Jaguares is waiting on for 5ManMidas, though. Mm, Yeah, I think 5ManMidas take the Faceless Void, and Jaguares responds with some hard lockdown. I'm just going to go back to that. I'm doubling down on it, in fact.
Well,
Okay.
they go Terrorblade. Okay.
What do I know?
What do you know?
Uh,
But I mean, Terrorblade's an interesting pick here into the Mars, I think. Like, this is not typically, especially with Undying as well. I feel like this hero is going to have a very rough lane.
yeah, that's one of the heroes that he likes playing. He likes Terrorblade, Phantom Assassin, Troll, and Morph. But I think Terrorblade more than anything else. I'm looking at my notes right now. I
Very
got the
nice.
information right here, the documents about each of these players.
Thank you
Did my
for
research about
taking
the
some
overall
notes.
teams. Yeah. Jaguares, I had no notes on them, but it makes it a lot easier considering they're just spirits.
There you go.
Yeah. So it leaves what the offlaner that still needs to be picked, which is a monster. And again, I had less notes on him because I ran into him pubs a number of years ago quite a bit.
Yeah.
He has me chat muted right now, not from a pub, but from a party game. A fun fact. I
How could you
yelled.
do that?
Yeah. He's did like twice my MMR as well, and I yelled at him for something. Yeah. Classic Nev.
Classic Neph.
Oh, okay. That's a hero we don't see that much of.
I'm not sure how I feel
Why?
about that one.
You don't like it.
I'm not usually a fan of the Lion in lane just because it's a pretty weak lane hero. So now you have to have a very strong safe lane. You could potentially just pick the Spectre, who kind of just draws her lane no matter what and is pretty decent against Terrorblade. So I imagine they will end up banning the Spectre at some point. Yeah, they banned Drow.
I get rid of Drow, which is like one of the direct counters of terrible. You don't want to build armor item just because the amount of agility that you have. And that pierces right through that. Next one, like you're saying, is probably the Spectre being able to deal with the Terrorblade, just the pure damage on Desolate is one potential answer to him. Sven doesn't really like playing into the TB.
Yeah.
Jaguares, they could do some weird stuff here, but I'm not sure.
Ooh, I like weird stuff and fill me in.
They get rid of Timbersaw now, and they got rid of Underlord. I
I'm
don't
feeling
think.
they're going for the Spectre, man. Timbersaw Underlord bans.
Mm-hmm.
It just screams Spectre to me. If you're 5ManMidas, I feel like you have to ban that.
Well, we'll see. Touching on the Lion briefly, I mean, it's a hero that we don't see very much of, but it is decent against the Terrorblade. The Mana Drain and the Hex both instantly kill illusion, so you're able to clear out a lot of what the Terrorblade has. You can get some decent farm as the game goes on online just by clearing out the illusions that he tries to split push with. Your Mana Drain is just on like a 4 or 5 second cooldown.
Yeah, it is. So they ban out Naga Siren. They do have so here's the thing. They do have last pick here on the side of 5ManMidas for the off lane, which is very, advantageous against Jaguares here because they're gonna have to obviously reveal their safe lane matchup. But if you go Spectre, is it still feel pretty safe, or can you just respond with Axe at that point?
Uh,
So I don't know what Lion does to Axe.
Lion definitely struggles against the Axe. I mean, you have Harass on him. Spectre's able to throw out the dagger, sure, but you just press the battle hunger on the Lion, and you can try to run him down. And they take the Morphling. All right. Now, this one's interesting. Terrorblade was bugged out. Morphling was bugged out with the Terrorblade, right? With the Metamorphosis.
Mm-hmm.
But I tested this the other day in the lobby. Apparently, if you use the Metamorphosis on the Morphling at the exact same time you shift back into the hero, you do get the bonus damage and attack speed. And bonus
Interesting.
damage, attack speed, and what was the last one?
Do you get the
Attack rate.
range?
Yeah, you get it
Okay, I was
all.
like, the big one's the range, right?
Well, the damage is pretty big, but range is also very big. You get it all, but you can't switch back and forth, or else it just bugs out completely, and then you lose it again, and the skill's on cooldown.
Huh.
So you have to activate the Metamorphosis the exact same time that you morph back into the Morphling.
I was kind of leaning towards Night Stalker as a possibility here once they pick that Morphling, and it is a very good Night Stalker game.
Yeah.
I like this pick a lot. I mean, this is a really, really solid pick. Makes a lot of space for the Terrorblade and gives them a ton of vision to work with in these fights.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I love the Scarecrow Undying. That thing is sweet.
Yeah, I'm not a fan. I really like the Undying that Husky had.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean that helmet's worth like $20.
The pumpkin helmet, or
No, the helmet that Husky had is worth like $20. It's from the Dire Tide chest.
makes sense. It doesn't really fit in with the lore, so I assume it's from the Diatide chest. But I definitely favor 5ManMidas's draft a little bit more. Jaguares, they didn't have a good run of things in the last tournament. I think in BTS Pro Series, or sorry, Summit 13. I think they're at the very bottom of the group stage, were they not?
Mm-hmm.
So
You are
they
correct.
got a lot to do, but they did end up beating Infamous 2-0
Yeah.
to get here, and they came in second in Realms Collide.
You know, you never know, man. These teams kind of fluctuate in NASA a lot. I mean, besides Quincy Crew. Quincy Crew has just like been number one all year. But
Yeah.
a lot, like I would say 2 through 7 is like a toss up. Anyone's game, really. Like 2 through 7 this whole year has fluctuated. We've seen like the similar teams in those groups the whole time. Beast Coast, Thunder Predator, Zoomers. Infamous was up there as well. Like those teams have all kind of been in there for fun when for fun, you know, started hitting their groove. But there's really just like that 2nd through 6 is just a toss up. You don't really know who's gonna get it.
Yeah. We'll see if Quincy Crew finally get dethroned with this tournament, though. In the last one, they didn't do so great in the groups, and Infamous did end up going 2-1 against them, or sorry, 1-2 against them in the upper bracket. Got knocked down, and then 1-2 against them the game after that. And they showed signs of weakness against Crazy before, and of course, For Fun actually ended up winning the other one. So,
Well,
again,
Quincy Crew's not even in the tournament, right? Like Quincy Crew decided not to play in this one.
yeah.
So we just have, you know, the 4NA versus 4SA, but definitely an interesting
but will it follow the same thread?
Tournament, considering, you know, you don't have the definitive reigning champs of NASA from the whole year. So we're gonna see like a new power struggle for the top spot in this tournament here. Zoomer's looking super good so far, though.
Brax is an excellent addition to their roster so far. Excited to see how they do against some of these other teams. But I mean, Thunder Proto is no joke, and they absolutely bodied them 2 games in a row. Look at this. Good sportsmanship coming out from these teams. Good luck, have fun across both of them. Brothers through the open qualifiers. These guys have made it through the gauntlet. The real struggle is the open qualifiers.
Oh, yeah.
Getting knocked out at any point.
I'm normally someone who loves covering open qualifiers. Unfortunately, I was working nonstop all weekend, didn't get a chance to cover them myself. But
well, apparently, you weren't able to cover the open qualifiers for North America, even if you wanted to.
What? Why is that?
Robin Roll, if you know him, actually tried to cover the tournament, and he wasn't able to get lobby information from any of the games.
I mean,
it just wasn't publicly accessible.
I mean, were they not played on the ticket?
I don't think so. I think they were in private lobbies, and you needed to have one of the players added in order to spectate off of them.
Sounds like he needs to add a bunch of the players then. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah, it's definitely a role issue.
Yeah, I mean, for me, that's not an issue, because I've.
Get a load of this guy.
No, I don't. It's not like a clout thing. It's more of just like I've been casting so many of these players. I know so many of them from collegiate leagues as well that go through open qualifiers. So I've known them for a while. So we've been friends for years.
But still something that needs to be worked on for the next tournament coming forward. I mean, being able to follow these open qualifier teams is a pretty big deal, in my opinion, to be able to publicly watch these games.
I wonder if he doesn't have... there's another way to get lobby information, even if it's played privately. So I'm curious...
you mean from the Faceit Bridge?
Yeah, the bridge.
But it wasn't on Faceit.
So, yeah, that's true, huh? Yeah, weird. They just got to get... It just has to be played on ticket then next time. I don't know.
Yeah. Top lane. When aggression comes out.
They're doing pretty good. Shu's taking a lot of damage here.
He's Ogre Magi, though. Tons of armor to work with. Falls back. He uses the Tango. I mean, he's got tons of passive regen as well, so...
Yeah, just trying to make space for kits, right?
Yeah, Arrow connects in the bottom lane onto Jaguares, but only level 1, so it's not going to do much damage to him. What is... Monster dropped the Void onto the Centaur there. I think he tried to pull aggro from the creep, or the neutral camp back away from the creep, but it didn't end up working, so all he did was spend 80 mana and got practically nothing.
80 mana for 30 damage.
80 mana for what?
Alright, well, Sonic manages to snipe the creep there, so he's pretty okay with that. Once Jaguares gets level 2 here, Sonic has got to be very careful. You get bursted by that Soul Rip, no problem. Mid lane, pretty good so far for Mini. He's pretty much crushing it, 13-3 versus RRL's 8-1. Somewhat expected, honestly, right? Void Spirit is an incredibly strong lane hero.
Yeah. Void Spirit, he's got way more base damage than Invoker to work with as well. I mean, once he... Invoker has gone for Double Circlet, Blades of Attack, Mantle of Intelligence, and Fairy Fire, and still has less than the Void Spirit's going to have with his Quelling Blade.
There it is. The first blood, as we said. Just waiting for it to get that level 2. He pops the Mango, Decay Soul Rip, just finishes off Sonic, no problem. It's kind of inevitable.
Birds of Speed make it very easy for him to run him down. I mean, before you have the leap on Mirana, you kill that first point in the arrow, it's very easy to be taken down. So I think he was just looking for creeps to shoot arrows at, honestly, so he could get that level 2.
Yeah, I mean, he sniped the range creep from the wave, but he does it again.
Monster. And you don't want to soak up too much XP from Monster because you want him as strong as possible when 5 minutes rolls around and it's nighttime. But he's only just barely level 3. Generally, if you can have your Night Stalker be level 5 by the first night and get yourself like the phase boots, or have the phase boots almost completed, you're gonna have a pretty big impact. So Monster's gonna be playing a little bit slower this game, only sitting at 9 last hits and 2 denies.
Top lane, Ma just getting slapped, but will be able to survive for the time being now. Making space for kits as he did pop the meta for this. He's gonna try and farm up this lane as much as possible. And a nice salve for the boy. Dodges the spear. All right. This is my thing about Lion lanes, man. It just doesn't feel that strong.
No.
You have mana drain, which is cool. He's just gonna go ahead and stack a camp. Mid lane, however, arrow does connect onto Mini. What a setup there from RRL, using that cold snap perfectly.
It just didn't have his camera in place to see that one coming. It's not where you think Sonic is gonna come from. We barely ever shoot arrows at that angle, but when you get them off, my god, are they effective.
And now suddenly RL doing really well in the mid lane. He's just going to catch up in CS. He's going to get a nice solo experience. A whole wave dies under the tower. That's really nice. Ooh, Shu goes down in the top lane. That was an Invis rune from Lion, actually. So not that surprising that he gets caught out there.
Which is one of the benefits of Lion. I mean, on paper, this hero is amazing. He's got 2 disables. He's got a massive nuke for his ultimate, although it is on a pretty big cooldown. And of course, mana drain that can instantly kill illusions and whatnot. He got low movement speed. His base damage isn't amazing. It's very easy to punish him when his skills are on cooldown. He feels a little bit awkward prior to him getting, his first point into Earth Spike and his first point into Hex. Which is why, during the laning phase, like you said, he feels a little bit weak.
Yeah.
Also, pretty low cast range on his skills.
It's going to be 2 and 2 on runes, it looks like. It is now the first night monster, not even level 4 yet. He's going to need some nice time here to catch up, trying to get this game rolling for himself. Benny's a full level ahead, like a complete full level.
Yeah. Having a good time here. This is one of the things that I mentioned at the start. Mirana, if she's not shooting arrows into the creep camps to get XP, you're going to have to sap it from Monster here, and he's not going to have a good time. Catapult taking him down, though. Nice move there by Sonic. They can pressure the tower a little bit. It'll be nice, but I think if the wave does end up meeting the tower, the catapult will get blown up pretty quickly.
Nice play by Sonic there. Not only did he get the catapult, but he saw the courier delivery to Benny and just walks all the way around the tree line and gets his courier.
Jaguares isn't going to be able to do anything to stop Mirana here.
Yeah,
Rotation mid lane
she TP'd
helps.
mid, actually. They're trying to chase after Mini. There's the tornado into Arrow. They got him. They even have a Fire Blast as well. The chain stuns are there. Void Spirit not level 6 to get that Astral Step protected for the moment thanks to that Resonant Pulse, but he will go down. Sonic securing the kill. Great support rotation here from 5ManMidas.
My pet, thanks.
Yeah, not having level 6 at 6 minutes in the game for that second rune spawn.
Ooh, they get the D-Ward just like that. Oh, man, that feels bad.
This is a disaster for Mini.
Yeah, he needs that vision for sure. No, they do know there's now 2 sentries there on that side of the lane, but Catapult snipes another there on Sonic. And the third meta being used in the top lane, and honestly, Kits has had some really good space to work with over the last few minutes, and he's caught up in CS. He's basically third, tied with the Invoker. Morphling obviously crushing it right now as he has that mask, that Morbid mask, so once you have that, you pretty much self-sustain, don't really care too much.
Royal Jelly as well. He passes one of those to Mini. So Morphling, he's having an amazing time. All he needs is to get himself, what, like an Ironwood tree?
Dude, the Ironwood tree is pretty good.
What would you like to see on him?
Iron Talon and Ironwood tree are probably your best. So is Poor Man Shield. Poor Man Shield is also very good. But I would say Ironwood tree or Iron Talon are very strong.
I think stats on Morphling is what you want more than anything else.
Yeah.
But the extra attack speed, and especially if you're going into the jungle with this Morbid mask. I'm surprised that he's leaving Monster to farm his bottom lane, but I guess Monster is kind of wasting the duration of the first night in the game. We're already halfway through it, or more than halfway through it, and he hasn't made anything happen, still sitting on 0-0, but he needs a CS so badly. He's sitting far behind on levels. He's got barely any ult.
Mid lane, first arena is coming out. They will be able to spear RL into the wall. Mini did tank an arrow, but they will be able to find the kill here, and a nice soul rip from Nuage is going to heal up Mini there, no problem at all. And it is an Arcane Rune spawning top to refill that bottle. Gets a salve from his support. Very nicely done.
Yeah. Mini is going to go into the jungle with this Arcane Rune he's got, and let's shoe farm XP. This is pretty common, I think. Or sorry, let Nuage's farm some XP. This is pretty common. Once like you get closer to that 10-minute mark, the supports are usually a little bit under leveled. They want their 6s at 10 minutes to be able to take fights around the second catapult.
Wrap around onto the mana. Oh, she misses the first leap. Jesus, they just slap her down. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, you got 3 heroes here, all with some pretty big nukes, so not much you're gonna be able to do about this. Mini is gonna take advantage of this and push the creep wave. Not 10 minutes in, so no catapults, but with 3 heroes whacking away at the tower, it is gonna go down pretty quickly. This one is just giving up. I'll make entering the jungle and slowing down Terrorblade a little bit easier as well. And Terrorblade, he wants all the jungle space you can get against a Void Spirit.
So Monster is level 6 now, 0 points in Dark Ascension. He's going to wait till level 7 for that, it seems, because I'm not that surprised. I don't think he has any real kill threat on the map. He just kind of wants to farm, right? Like you said, he was really far behind. Oh, mid lane, the Tornado Arrow combo. Once again.
You make a fine crater.
Didn't even bother to pop his stick before it went down. He did have the opportunity to keep himself his 8 charges. Thought, all right, there's no way I get out of this one. This build on Undying is interesting here. He's gone 3 points into the Tombstone.
Hey, don't you normally go like 2 into Soul Rip at least before you start going Tombstone max?
Yeah, I'm surprised. I mean, it scales so well.
They smoked and are heading bottom. They're trying to get onto Benny here, but you don't have a Spirit Vessel quite yet. The Tornado does come out, clips him. The arrow on the mark. It is the Cold Snap setup. He's able to get the Morph off in time. Monster rotating in, providing plenty of vision. There's going to be Mars. The arena, it's going to come in just a moment. It's time to back if you're 5ManMidas. They do manage to catch Shu. Looking for more. RL, the Dust does catch him, pulls him back with the Remnant. A nice stun hitting both. There's going to be the first Finger of Death committed, and boy, is this fight looking real bad for 5ManMidas. Kits has shown up, though. Monster still in the skies. A little bit more time on this Dark Ascension, but Nuages is here as well. He does have that 3 points in the Tombstone, not even needing to drop it. They just came in way too far. 5ManMidas, they catch Night Stalker as well. Big mistakes here from the Dire.
And just like that, nighttime is over. So Monster, he goes down. We're 10 minutes into the game. Your first ultimate, or 11 minutes into the game. Your first ultimate is committed, and you're 0-1-0 on the Night Stalker. Monster is having an awful game right now.
Yeah.
Is now active.
This isn't what you want at all. I mean, what's this guy going for? He's going for the Defiance right now, which is pretty important against all the magic damage that's going to come out on. Okay, so they're continuing to go for this tower. Kits, he wants to bring it down.
He's going to get it, but he's got to be careful. All right, we'll back out of RL, zoning EMP here. I'm really glad that they reduced the cosmetic effect of these wards. I'm sure you remember when they first came out, how blue it made your entire screen.
I did not know.
Do you see it right now? It pulses and turns your whole map blue.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it's.
What set is this from?
These are the wards from Diretide. That's the Diretide chest ward.
That goes like 1100 range.
Oh, it's full ward range, not the sentry range.
No, it's even bigger than that.
Mid lane, EMP not going to catch, no arrow time there. Man, he's looking for the rune bottom. He's going to get it. Nice remnant.
I didn't know that was in the game.
Dude, it was so bright initially too. Like, it was obnoxious. I had to unequip it because it made my game like unplayable.
So that's not just be for all of your allies as well.
Oh, it's everyone. Everyone in the game. Like if you drop a sentry on the enemy, you see the blue effect as well. If you have vision of this, you see the giant AoE.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah, that's where all my FPS goes.
Yes, to the giant blue glow of the sentry ward. That's why I say sentry wards are useless and I don't like buying them. Smile.
Nice ping there. They're going to catch this ward right on the money. They kind of saw them walk in, and it's going to be a matter of time before they get this. They do have vision, obviously. They're kind of baiting Hane here.
It's just tops up, gets his HP. I don't know if you saw that. Used his Sunder on the Ogre Magi.
Did he? Oh yeah, classic.
Classic position 1 player.
I really like the positioning of Shu here. Night Stalker as well. He does have Dark Ascension, fairly tanky with the Hood of Defiance as well. They wanted to invade the triangle with hitting that scan as they smoke up immediately, but 5ManMidas was ready.
No one's going to be able to push this mid tower on the side of Jaguares. Both of these teams are playing so tight together. I mean, you got to against the Night Stalker.
Oh,
you don't want
the tornado. It does get dodged, but there's your Dark Ascension. The arrow connects. Undying, happy to take the gank there. That was the smoke. They've got to commit heavy into the mid lane here. You do have that Night Stalker ult committed. There's going to be your Alacrity. This guy doing so much damage now. Top lane.
Looks like they want to cut up against this. Pain wouldn't be approaching it otherwise.
I mean, they have vision thanks to Dark Ascension. Oh, Sonic gets pinned against the wall. They get barely enough vision there, and she's just dead.
And so, like you said, that's a Dark Ascension committed. It expires now. They have a good 40 seconds to push this mid tower on 5ManMidas' side.
Tornado MP. Ooh, does catch Mini. You have to pop that wand. Bottle up a little bit.
He's got Ocean Heart and Royal Jelly. He's sitting in the river. He's just getting mana so quickly.
Has like 7 mana a second or something.
Yeah.
Undying, trying to get a nice ward and D ward up on the high ground there. They really want to get this mid tower. As you said, no Dark Ascension. Why not? Just go for it. They see Terrorblade though, the blink in from Hane. That's the reveal. He's looking for the spear, but he can't actually connect because of that illusion. Terrorblade though falling low. No Sunder for 7. He's gone. They will commit, get the tombstone, but it's time to run. Benny himself into Mirana, throws an arrow. RL caught by the dust. They do have spear available. Actually, they whiff the spear, and now in comes Monster. It's Dark Ascension. I'm sorry, it's not Dark Ascension, just nighttime. Ooh, arrow caught by the Undying. He's still got the decay. Sunstrike on the mark. A very tickling spell there, since it is a Quas Wex Invoker. And he's stunned up for the time being. Monster has Crippling Fear in just a second. They could potentially chase after him. Question is, yeah, nice spear away. Mini to be able to make it up to the high ground here with that Dissimulate. Tornado well predicted by RL. The arrow barely off the mark, though. They're going to keep chasing after Mars. Falling low on the backside. Monster finds Mini, catches him with the Void, unable to escape. And we'll take down the Mars, and now it's going to be the Void Spirit, who's got really nothing left. Crippling Fear is there. The Void catches him. A great fight for 5ManMidas.
Yep, and they'll turn their eyes towards this mid tower, and then we got the catapult to assist, so they'll be able to get that back on them. And that team fight, about 1,000 net worth swing for the in favor of 5ManMidas.
A lot of experience. Dude, look at the XP gain on the Night Stalker. Almost 1,400.
Yeah, he very badly needed that as well. He's tickling right now. We talked about how he started just 0-1-0, so him getting 2 kills and assist under his belt, very important, especially when he's going for this just straight pipe of insight build. It usually doesn't feel very good. You want items either to gap distance or do some damage in your own right. So taking up for the sake of your team and going straight pipe feels a little bit awkward, but Ogre match, I shoe.
There's the blink. Arena usage. Hayne looking to try and connect on the spear, but he's getting mini stunned over and over. A nice deafening blast as well. RL, he's able to walk away. Kits is here. Gets a good reflection off, looking for the Mars. Spears him down to the low ground. Monster uses that Dark Ascension. They're going to be able to find the Mirana. Left side of the fight. She goes down to that dissimulate damage, but Kits, you have no meta. You got to try and just back out of here. You don't have the damage.
No, and Dark Ascension is going to expire here in another 10 seconds.
Right into a Crippling Fear. Spear away. They catch the Invoker. That's the one that you want. Stuns him up, holds him down. Ma, no Finger of Death for another 20 seconds. Night Stalker sucked dry. He's got no mana left. Falls down from the skies, and now hits with another good reflection. They're looking for Void Spirit and the Mars, but they cannot finish these off. Nuage is still pretty tanky as well. Yeah, morphs away to safety. Crippling Fear is there, but another Spear to safety. Oh, Mini doesn't make it that side of the tree line. They're under the cover of Moonlight Shadow, but a nice sentry drop. Arrow does catch the Lion. They take down the Mars finally, but they lose the Ogre. Nice burst there from the Morphling. Ma trying to find a Finger of Death target, but dodging in and out of these fights.
Nuage is moving incredibly slow right now. I believe, yeah, he created the illusions of him with the reflection, and he applied the Flesh Golem slow.
Yeah, Flesh Golem debuff.
Yeah.
The arrow on the money. Well said there by Sonic.
That one was interesting. I know illusion get the full effect of Flesh Golem, but I didn't know reflection illusions also got it.
Yeah. I mean, reflection illusions get everything, don't they?
I think so. There's a couple things that they don't get that regular illusions don't.
Yeah, they don't get like yeah, you're right.
They don't get dragon, so they don't get Elder Dragon form corrosive breath damage per second. There's a couple of very niche things they don't get.
That's very bizarre.
Flesh Golem is like one of the strongest.
Bottom lane, they're going on to Mini. He's got 2 Astral Steps if he can get outside of this Crippling Fear, but looks like he's going to be all right. There's going to be the Tornado, the EMP. Burned a little bit of his mana, but he's going to be fine. They don't have the damage on Monster. I mean, he went this pipe, which is great for his team, right? But lacking damage.
Lacking damage. Oh, next night, another, I don't know, minute until the current night ends. It managed to get a recovery during the second night of the game here on Monster, which does feel pretty good, but still, I feel as if he's a little bit underwhelming. I mean, just having the pipe. I don't know how you feel about this one. I think
I agree. I'm with you on that. It does feel underwhelming. But I like the choice to go for the Medallion into Solar Crest because you have a Bloodlust Alacrity this game. And Solar Crest onto your Terrorblade as well. This guy is going to be just a Gatling gun on the backside.
Yep. This is one's pretty normal, though. You see the Terrorblade, he's just going to get buffed up by all of his allies, then hit the tower with his Metamorphosis. The same sort of thing that Secret runs so often. Sit everybody behind the position 1. You give the position 1 the Aegis and have them slave away at the tower. If they commit onto them, then you get the counter initiation.
I agree. I like the Yule's pick up on the Mirana as well. I would like to see some defensive items at least coming out to save the Terrorblade, because assuming he's going to need a BKB here after the Scotty. Just seems like it's going to be a very hard game if he doesn't have one.
Mirana ult coming out, and they're going to catch Mini with this.
There's the Yules, the arrow right on the money. EMP is there. He even commits the Dark Ascension. He gets the self Yules off, but he's going to fall into that Crippling Fear still. Well pick off there by 5ManMidas. They're going to continue pushing bottom. I think this is a fine trade. You did lose your tier 2 top, but you need to apply a lot more pressure bottom here.
Thankfully, they don't lose any XP from a 20-minute mark is already hit, so
Monster providing all the vision. They see the Mars here, the blink in the arena. He's trying to connect the spear. He misses the illusion, tanks it, and Kits. He's sitting fine. He doesn't get the Sunder off, as that's going to be the shotgun from Morphling to just melt that Terrorblade. One of the great matchups. The reason they picked it here. Now Hayne needs to run for his life. Or, I'm sorry, Shu needs to run for his life. He's just going to tank it for his team. Yeah, he will.
Nah, so Shu, he's fine going down for the cause, so to speak. Terrorblade not so much, but Benny just tons of damage here with the shotgun that he's got online now. Now he's going for that Black King bar, which is super important against both the Night Stalker and the Invoker. I mean, that's one of the beautiful things about Night Stalker. Crippling Fear can't be dispelled with the Manta Style, can't be dispelled with the Yules. Lotus Orb not doing anything. You need that BKB. It's going to follow you on top of the Night Stalker, and it lasts so incredibly long.
Yeah, it really does. 7-second duration at night, right? Yeah.
Yep.
Benny did turn himself into the Ogre Magi in the last fight, so he had that stun as well onto the Terrorblade. So just tons and tons and tons of magic damage.
Funniest shit I've ever seen.
All right, Blink. Ooh, a super aggressive Blink from the Mars. Gets tanked by an arrow. Spirit Vessel and that EMP going to be able to start doing some work. They do have a Tombstone on the high ground here, so you don't really want to fight into this if you're the side of 5ManMidas, but you're feeling all right.
Man, Mana Boots are such an uncommon item at this right now, just because Tranquil Boots are so good, and because of that, people are just spending so much money on Clarities.
Yeah.
I feel like just giving one of your heroes Mana Boots, even if you buy 2 pairs, it might be worth it.
Yeah, I think Mirana might pick one up. Oh, there you go. They had vision of that, I think, because the Tombstone, right? Doesn't it give 1200 flying vision? Or up on that hill there?
Flying vision? No.
Well, I mean, up on the hill it does, right? Doesn't it see over the shop?
I believe...
It's not flying vision, but it was up on the hill, so I think it saw the courier.
One up, because I'm pretty sure its vision is awful.
Shadows take us.
Carry on though. Well, I Google
Under the cover of Moonlight Shadow, they're looking for Nuages mid lane. Sonic leaps in, but runs into 2 and immediately regrets it. He's just gonna back off. In the jungle, Terrorblade just farming. Ender a ward and a sentry here, so we're going to see Mini try and close the gap. There's going to be the Yules, the Remnant to follow. The side of 5ManMidas, they need to help out their Terrorblade. He gets speared away, but they don't connect. He's fine. He's just going to back out. No big deal.
Okay, apparently you are correct.
Is it 1200?
It's 1800. It gives you lots of vision.
Yeah, I knew it was a big number. I thought I wouldn't. What I thought was conservative, but 1800 is way more than I thought.
I thought it was something awful.
Yeah.
That's
what makes it so great. It's basically like a second Night Stalker Dark Ascension.
Yeah, I'm not sure I believe that. I'm gonna test it after this game in a lobby.
Maybe I'll have a nap.
But that is exactly what gave him the vision there. That Tombstone, letting them get the kill on the courier there. Solar Crest almost complete here on Monster. Just needs another 800 gold.
That's gonna be a big pickup.
Yep. I mean, Terrorblade's going to be attacking so fast in that Metamorphosis. He's got his Scotty and the Sanjin Yasha as well. Scotty can do amazing work against this Morphling, being slowed 50%. Man, these guys aren't joking around when he sees the Terrorblade illusion. They've got so many ways of dealing with them. I mean, they're throwing out the Mana Drain onto them. They're just throwing out the Ethereal Blade onto them.
He's got the BKB on Morphling now.
Yeah. Means that they're happy. And because of that, they're going to go into Roshan.
They saw the Morphling peel off mid lane. Yeah, they immediately Sunstrike it. So they do know this is happening. This seems kind of scary if you're Jaguares, because you're dealing with Night Stalker Dark Ascension. However, they do have vision. Mini could go in. There's going to be the jump in. The Yules is going to be on the mark, but Night Stalker, this tornado comes through, saves him for the time being. He's going to make it down to the low ground, keeping himself alive. Benny comes in a beautiful arena, though, catching 3 Terrorblades outside, doing nothing. They bring down RRL. They get that Night Stalker as well as Shu, and it's just going to be 3 heroes immediately dead as in walks Kits, trying to do what he can, but just blown apart by the shotgun of Benny.
That was such a beautiful arena by the Mars, keeping the Terrorblade on the outside and everybody else in. I mean, his auto attack's doing nothing the entire duration of them. The fact that they caught him on that hill there with Hayne, beautiful play by them. And this opens up Roshan. Benny tearing it apart. Jaguares aiming the damage as well, thanks to that flash golem.
Top lane, they're looking for the Mirana. He whiffed the spear, but they do have a clumsy net. She does have a leap in one. Pain, he actually dies. All right, well played by Sonic. That was not what I expected to happen there.
Turns it on him. Yeah, that was a nice one, but Aegis still does go the way of the Morphling here. Shoved out this mid lane. Magi will be able to defend that. Monster, he's looking for something down here in the bottom lane. I don't think you can get Mini by himself. You can get set up alongside somebody else, or once you have a couple of points in Exhort on Invoker, the Sunstrike will allow you to help finish him off. But as things stand, Monster not able to do a whole lot by himself. Oh, he's just going for a Solar Crest.
Yeah. I was going to say, after that fight, I can imagine Terrorblade immediately realizes the necessity of BKB, right? You can't afford to get arena'd like that. Shu gonna get caught on the side here, but a Eul Scepter. Sonic needs to get away. No leaps. Nice tornado, though, buying into space. And they are out.
Kits is struggling to find this farm, especially Big Monster's almost done his own item, the Solar Crest here. So having to give things up to the Invoker and the Night Stalker doesn't feel very good. And I think Jaguares, they're going to take advantage of this. They know that Terrorblade can't fight into them. Every time they're going to have the arena off a cooldown way more often than the Metamorphosis, just half the cooldown.
That being said, it is very hard to fight high ground, so I don't think we're going to see Jaguares move to the high ground anytime soon. So, ooh, mid lane, goodbye Undying Courier. Does he have Philosopher's Stone? He does, okay. I was like, why does he take 3 attacks to kill a Courier? I guess when you have 60 damage at 27 minutes into the game, that would make sense. Nice blink in from Lion. He managed to catch the Mirana. Minnie's going to come in as well, hit that Remnant, holds her down in place. Easy kill for them. Dark Ascension being committed. They managed to find Benny. Wait a minute.
How is Dark Ascension committed?
I don't know. They just, maybe to just scout behind the tower? They were pushing bot tower, weren't they? No, they weren't. Was bot tower already dead?
Bot tower was already dead. Wait, no, bot tower was not dead. Monster just cleared that.
Okay, yeah. So Dark Ascension's for the tower to have vision behind it, I guess.
I mean, tornado.
Yeah, I don't know, man. But big cooldown, 2 minutes, right?
Yeah. They'll have it again by the time daytime hits, but still, you want the flying vision for these team fights. You want everything you can get, especially considering Jaguares. They're up 9k net worth. Only 8k net worth as they take that other tower. 9k again now, mini farming up, but now 27-minute items now starting to drop. Titan Sliver.
Huge items. Ooh, there's going to be a fight here. It breaks out. You don't have that Dark Ascension, though. A great 3-man Deafening Blast on the back side. They're trying to take down the Lion. Kits just shredding through these heroes one by one. They take down Mars Nuages in the middle of the fray here. They will get him. Benny turns himself, but he just walks into an arrow. That's going to be his first health. First life. What am I even saying? EMP on the mark. Can they bash him up? He gets the BKB off, but Benny, he just chews right through that Terrorblade. He's just going to morph TP. He's out. Oh my goodness.
Perfect timing there by Benny. The same moment his BKB expires, he gets the TP off. Oh my god, and they pause on them just for BM. Sorry, says Benny, lag.
Sorry.
I'm not buying it.
Yeah, I'm not buying it either. Very convenient lag spike, if you ask me.
Yeah, such an amazing kill there on the Terrorblade, burning through his 2800 HP in no time at all. That adaptive strike doing almost 800 magical damage just by itself. Look at that. If you pull up that death summary, you see just how quickly the Terrorblade went to 100 to 0.
Ah, yes. A classic 3,400 Morphling damage.
Over the course. Well, I think like 3,000 of that came over the course of like 2 seconds.
Oh, yeah.
So,
He did like 193 attack damage, and then it's E-Blade for 530, and then adaptive strike for 800, and waveform for 300. He literally took all of his damage, and yeah, not even, dude. It literally happened in 1 second.
Yep.
Less than a second.
As I keep saying, life comes at you fast.
Indeed.
That's a lot of gold going his way, killing that Terrorblade as well, 550, but he's going to be feeling pretty good about that one. Going for the Eye of Scotty now. Very good against range course, and when they're playing against both Invoker and Terrorblade, it'll really limit their ability to escape. Normal pickup on the Morphling as well.
Sonic bottom lane. Ooh, gets the Yules off. Remnant off the mark as well. Has another leap TP in a few seconds. Looks like he's going to be able to survive. I mean, he did get the Aghanim Scepter before that last fight as well, so we did see that, but... Ward
Drops
sentry
the
drop there. Going to throw...
This cocky son of a... They're not even going to bother looking for him. Actually, Benny might. Benny Angie.
He's like, all right, who stuns me mid-morph? Not okay. But yeah, Benny feels very strong. He's got the Lincoln Sphere, so sundering him once is not easy. You also have BKB to prevent sunder. I mean, this is just a very, very strong Morphling. He's going for that Eye of Scotty, like you pointed out. I mean, Terrorblade's got his work cut out for him. I mean, this guy's got to do some heavy lifting.
Yeah. He's realizing the importance of that BKB, as you said, but it's taking him a while to get there. Had such an advantage last fight, too. I mean, they managed to get the jump on several heroes.
Yep. I mean, they got Morphling's first life, but again, he didn't really care because he had the BKB when he respawned.
Dire's bottom tower is
Tier 2 bottom under siege. You got the catapult, you got Benny, plenty of damage going his way.
This is your last outer tower that you have as well. And since they have the catapult with them, I guess they'll try to threaten high ground. The no fortification is still on cooldown for another minute here. They'll be able to get a little bit of harass off onto it.
Look at Benny just going in.
This is hard for them.
I mean, Monster does have Dark Ascension, so it is going to give them something to fight with, but you've got to respond. Look at the ward just drops here right on the high ground, so they know that, you know, these heroes are there. You're tier 3. It's just dead. They don't know how to deal with Benny. The arrow, it does connect, but he's got the BKB in just a moment. They're going to be able to turn it around. Hayne drops that Arena. The Spear does not work when you've got that Dark Ascension. Kids pops his BKB. They're chasing after him, but, I mean... It just seems like a bait here. They drop the tombstone on the high ground. You've got to get this down very quickly. Monster gets that Alacrity. He's going in, but they turn it around. RRL just getting blown apart. He has to BKB and run away. There's going to be the Sunder, but Terrorblade, he's got not a lot left. Standing on the high ground, doing what he can. Morphling, he's morphing in the middle of the Crippling Fear. They get the kill. Looking for Hayne as well. Blink up, avail. Ooh, it got canceled for a moment. Is he going to be able to survive? Blink, he's out.
Into that crippling fear after he morphed. That felt incredibly bad. He uses BKB while he was on the high ground, and Benny, he actually didn't. Oh, the
fight's not quite over. Jaguares has just kind of been hanging out here. He will go down now, but this was a really big win here for the side of 5ManMidas.
Yeah, I mean, you did end up losing that tier 3 in the bottom lane, just from having a slow response, so that opens things up. Tier 4 is open. Rax now open. Can go down pretty quickly, especially against a Morphling, but you are quite happy about that team fight. Pretty big swing in both XP and gold. Just a little bit of misplay there by Benny, and part of the reasons that for that was that bug that I was talking about at the start of the game when you switch into the Terrorblade. So he got the Metamorphosis, but he was in Terrorblade's form for the duration of it. So he switched back to his actual hero, and he lost all the buffs that he got from it. So he'd basically rather be anybody else.
Yeah. That was, I mean, interesting fight. I mean, Morph BKB'd very early, so did the Terrorblade. They're able to take down the Tombstone and just kind of stand on the high ground there. And, you know, when Morphling waveformed in, I guess he just accidentally had morphed to agility. There's no way to save him at that point. I mean, you talked about how good Crippling Fear is in this game, especially against heroes like Morphling, who, you know, silences...
Once the BKB committed at the start of that fight in order to get away. I mean,
they're jumping in. Dark Ascension. The match is catching Jaguares here with that reflection. There's going to be the Crippling Fear. In comes Mini. He's going to take an arrow here unless he can dodge it, but no, it's perfectly timed. Hayne, a beautiful Arena catching all 5 members, but the BKBs just come out immediately. Benny, he's got to get out. He's got to be very careful. 5ManMidas back as a squad. Great rotation. They force the buyback. They get the Void Spirit.
And they got to make their way to Roshan now. Given the fact the Void Spirit is still dead, they have Metamorphosis available. They might just pop his to clear Roshan as quickly as possible here.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Look at this damage. They can fight this. They do have the counter Morphling Terrorblade illusion. E-Blade shotgun comes out onto Shu. Very tanky thanks to that Glimmer Cape. They're going to turn around. Hayne pops his BKB, but he's just getting shredded. Nice spider legs up onto the high ground. The Tombstone is there as well. Dire, they got to be very careful. It's time to back on out. Sonic is just on the wrong side of the fight, but Shu barely surviving right now. Kit's able to keep himself alive. Benny loses all of his mana. Crippling Fear, it's coming out, but he just pops the BKB. He's trying to turn around. Kit's still got meta up for a little bit. The Alacrity is there as well. Can they find these kills? They're kiting it around really, really, really well. They get the trade 1-for-1. Tombstone expired. RL?
Another 10 seconds here, and they use it to finish off Roshan. Benny, he needs to go back in and fight this somehow.
It's nighttime now. Monster is strong. And he just lost his morph, but BKB comes out. Hayne just blinks in, drops the arena, and dies. They managed to take down the Ogre of buyback immediately. Mini, Benny, the Lion, they're all there. They're going to go onto the morph, or onto the Terrorblade. The Finger of Death committed. Benny gets himself a double kill gem on the deck. And now they're looking for the Roshan for themselves. Buyback from Terrorblade. Both teams want this so bad. Mini has Dissimulate and an Astral Step. Benny hard committing for the Roshan. Can they get into the pit? The Night Stalker didn't cast his Dark Ascension. They don't have the vision. Benny gets both Aegis and Cheese, and now he's feeling very safe. Monster. Nice Crippling Fear holding down the 2. Spirit comes down, unable to do much of anything. Monster tried to chase after these heroes, but Kits, you don't have meta. He can't get on top of these guys. They back.
Just managing to take that team fight there. It looks super rough for them at the start, not having arena and, at the very start of it. And then the second arena they ended up dropping there was just completely wasted. But Terrorblade not getting enough out of that Metamorphosis. And of course, if you have to buy back and come back in the fight, you don't have Metamorphosis or BKB available. You feel his fraction is as strong as you normally do. I'm losing it here. Sorry.
Oh, you're good. You're good. You're explaining it. I get you. Yeah, I agree. The Terrorblade buyback in general is just a very weak mechanic compared to other heroes with buyback. It's kind of like Alchemist, right? You use Alchemic Rage and BKB and you buy back and you're like, well, what do I even do now? It's a very unfortunate situation there for 5ManMidas, and Morphling, very good heads-up play from him. Just commits very heavily into the Roshan, gets Aegis, gets Cheese. He's feeling good.
Yeah. 37 minutes now. Tier 4 neutral items are up, so both these teams are going to want to farm this before the next team fight. And there's the Aeon disc picked up now by the Invoker. I absolutely hate this item. It feels like when you grab it, you're playing Conceived Dota a lot of the time. I've seen it lose more games than I've seen it win.
Yeah, you say that every time, man. It does give you some decent health and mana, but yeah, for its cost, it is a unfortunate. It feels bad to have to buy this item sometimes.
It's best in the game, but I'm not sure what it does exactly is good enough.
Ward Center in the high ground here. Flicker dropped. That's a great item. Ooh, Spell Prism for the Void Spirit. Gotta love it. They're gonna put Witless Shaco on top of the Terrorblade. Flicker for the Invoker, so now he has himself an extra save. Terrorblade just having way more HP to work with now when he decides to use the Witless Shaco. Jesus, he has 3,200 without it.
Yeah, I think you should just hold it right now, to be honest. The Over Destruction is all right. The slow from it is all right. And pair with your Scotty, but you're already slowing them a pretty big amount.
I think it's just for the tower push, right?
Yeah, tower push it's okay for, but I'd rather you see sitting at like 4k HP.
He'd have almost 4,500 HP. There it goes. Easy tower kill. I'm pretty sure 5ManMidas push a lot faster than Jaguares, which is interesting considering you have a Morphling, one of the fastest tower pushers in the game. But this Terrorblade, with all of these buffs, you have to be very careful. He doesn't actually have the save-in quite yet, but he's going to be able to get this BKB off if necessary. But he's just getting pushed away. He's got to be careful. There's the BKB. Kit's ready to turn around. Shu just stuck inside the arena. Dire just backing off.
Yep, they're forced to. BKB was committed, but Metamorphosis was not. So another 60 seconds, they might be able to take a fight. Still fighting into Benny right now. Well, he's got the Aegis available. Isn't something they want to do. So they can keep the lane shoved in, limit how much Jaguares has space to farm here. But they don't want to hard commit for these fights at this point. And that's why you didn't see Metamorphosis popped.
I just saw how farmed Lion is. What? He has Blink, Yule's Ghost Scepter, Telescope, and he's running for the Force Staff next.
I wonder where all this money came from. Could just be clearing illusions with mana drain. I mean, it's worth twice as much as the Terrorblade's level for each one that you kill, right? So
Yeah.
at this point, 44 gold each illusion you pop.
Is that
4
actually how it works?
Yep.
I
And it's,
never knew that.
For
that's
Phantom Lancer illusions and I think Darkseer Wall illusions, it's 5 XP and gold. But
Nice.
for a lot of others, it's double the level of XP and gold. So Terrorblade for right now would be 44 XP and gold.
little free courier or sentry D ward there.
Coin of the realm. Agents of
I mean, they're just gonna push high ground. Benny still feels very safe with this Aegis. It is daytime now. You will have to rely on Dark Ascension, but it's on cooldown for 30 seconds, and I think they know this. Keeping these timers very nice.
fortified.
Benny, Lincoln's pop does have to be a little bit careful. There's going to be the cold snap. Start harassing him. We'll just drop that repair kit on the tower to try and slow down this push, though. Terrorblade
Absolutely
currently,
awful.
yeah, currently sitting with a DD rune farming enemy ancients.
He'll be cutting the wave as well.
Each brave courier knows the risks.
I'm surprised he let this first one get by him. It just sends the illusion out. It pops
Minotaur Horn
Minotaur
DP.
as TPs. That's a good habit to be in.
Can you Minotaur Horn during TP?
I
It does, you
don't-
can't, right? It will break it.
Oh, yeah. I think it works the exact same way as BKB. That's something else that I hadn't tested yet, though, but I believe you
Yeah.
cannot do that one.
Imagine it's the same properties. Benny, almost level 25. Gets a magic lamp and a leveler. Those are pretty good items.
Yeah, the hard dispel allow you to always be able to get your attribute shift off or activate your BKB.
Yeah, I'm sure he's just going to hold on to this leveler for that attack speed. So good. Also allows him to just push buildings that much faster. I don't think... They got a flicker on Ma. Hane's still carrying those spider legs, which is really good. Spell Prism on the Void Spirit.
Yeah, but the game has slowed down a little bit. Next, if either of these teams manage to take a fight, especially if people don't have buyback, I mean, your base is just going to go down.
Hane, he's stuck on the high ground. They just get the arrow, and now Dark Ascension. This is a bait by him. He just baited himself with those spider legs, but he's able to get the BKB off and try and turn around. Kids uses that Minotaur Horn to walk through the arena. Still has his BKB meta. Not even committed. They're looking for the Morphling. He's going to go ahead and BKB, make sure he does not go down, but the damage from this Terrorblade is so scary. Monster just getting so much vision. There's going to be his Lincoln Sphere. They're going to turn around, take down Jaguares. It's an onslaught, a blink forward from Monster. They get the buyback. The arrow coming on in. It's not going to connect. He gets that defensive heals, but Kid's on the high ground. He's got everything he needs. He's going to start laying into him, but a nice reflect, a Lotus Orb going to hex down Lion himself. Jaguares, he's got to be careful. Does not want to die back right now, but the high ground siege, it begins. Terrorblade, very scary here. Like again, still has his BKB. Still got Minotaur Horn back off cooldown, and my god, this guy pushes fast.
Yeah. Mid lane opened up by the fact you let the creeps push into the bottom, so you're forced to get back, and they get so much more from that push just because your lanes weren't shoved in. Terrorblade rips through those towers. Another pause comes out. Probably discussing what the hell just happened. 15% packet loss. Okay, that's fair enough.
Yeah. Beautiful initiation there on Monster. I mean, we saw him get the Ags a long time ago with the Blink Dagger doing some serious work, allowing him to get onto the back end. And that AoE Void pops that Lincoln Sphere from Morphling. That's pretty darn good. That's pretty darn good.
Pretty darn good. There's no way for Mars to get back into that fight either. His buyback's still on cooldown. He's sitting on like 5,000 net worth as well. So nothing they could do there. And, you know, the Arena of Blood ended up doing nothing as well. They shoved somebody back. I think it was, who had the Force Staff? Force Staff him down. It was Undying? Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was. Yeah. No. He spider legs then Force Staff. But yeah, I mean, he spider legs to the high ground to go for the D ward and then just dies for it.
Yeah.
So that's not a deal. There is still a gem on the deck back here. As we saw them.
That's where
the Mars carrying it. Yeah, beforehand.
I think they'll probably get Invokers walking that way.
I mean,
Taking a quick look at the status of this game overall, though. I mean, your 3K net worth up right now. It's just going back and forth, though. If you look at these XP and gold graphs, it just wildly swings one way to another the last couple of minutes here.
I mean, this is the first time 5ManMidas has had the gold lead, though. They haven't had it all game. Like, they brought it back close once, but it's always been in favor of Jaguares. And now, especially after that fight, forcing, I think, Undying's buyback, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Undying buyback.
And they would have forced the Mars if it was off of Goulding on there.
They're going to pick up that gem. Easily disengage. Shu just very happy with this Philosopher's Stone. Picking up Vladimir's offering, give more damage, more auras to this Terrorblade. I mean, this guy's going to become an unstoppable force here once he gets that level 25. Dude, this is Daedalus. Oh my god. Oh no. He's so scary, man.
It's an issue. Almost 3,700 HP.
Yeah, I really like this Lotus Orb pickup on the run. I was trying to figure out who casted it on the Terrorblade in that fight, but he reflected the Hex onto Lion, which means there's no real additional follow-up stuns there.
I'm not sure why Mirana's holding onto the Witless Shaco. I think it would be better held by a lot of the other heroes on the team. Invoker even wouldn't be a bad person to hold it. I mean, he's just only got 2,400 HP. I think this is who they go for at the start of the fight. It's got to be RRL.
I mean, he's got Aeon Disc, BKB, and Flicker. You can't hold him down. That's the problem. The rest of what makes Flicker so good. It's a Dispel every 4 seconds plus Aeon Disc and BKB.
Yep.
I don't know how you actually chain stun this man.
And the answer is probably you don't.
The answer is you don't. Oh, no. Terrorblade finally top net worth in the game. Kits took him a while to get there. Dude, this Minotaur Horn has been so clutch.
Both teams are going to know that Roche is up right now. Benny just starts doing it immediately, pings it out. It was scouted by Sunstrike as well, though 5ManMidas doesn't know that they're doing it yet. Benny's taking this so incredibly fast. I mean, that leveler, all the damage he has.
They're underneath Ward Sentry, so know exactly where 5ManMidas is right now. Terrorblade, you're not the one that wants to walk in face first. Sunstrike off the mark. They do have an idea based on where Roshan was going there. So, Monster. All right.
10 seconds until nighttime, so you're going to be at maximum power here on 5ManMidas.
Yeah, I mean, this vision's going to be huge. There it is. Suddenly Night Stalker, very scary. But they smoked up here on the side of Jaguares as well. Kane not getting his smoke popped. A very tense moment for both teams. This next Roche could be the end of the game, as it is, you know, Aegis, Cheese, and Refresher. Getting a Refresher onto, you know, Terrorblade in this game is... I don't know what you do against that. Oh, they see the initiation. Mini, he's going for Shu. In comes Kits. He's not going to be able to do much of anything. They're going to go ahead and just pop that Minotaur Horn. BKB still available as he's just walking face first into the arena over and over. But Monster on the backside just causing so much chaos as Benny and Hane can't get into the fight. Kits is going to try and turn this around, start laying into this Morphling waveform up onto the high ground. But Monster trying to just get the vision he needs. There's going to be the Void Sensor looking for the Mars. He BKBs the Spear. It doesn't matter. The damage from this Terrorblade, the stun. He did catch the Void Spirit, but he's able to Yules himself away. He's going to survive. You take down Ma. Now they're looking for Marnuages, doing what he can, but there's an Invoker running around slowing this lad. He force-staffs himself to the high ground. Sunstrike for vision. Double kill for Kits on this Terrorblade. This man, you cannot fight into him.
Wow, and Benny just immediately realizes the direction this fight has gone in and starts doing damage control, starts shoving out the top lane, but they're going to be able to get Roshan off of this, and there's not much Benny's going to be able to do. Lion tried to buy back in TP, and I don't think this is going to go so well for them, though.
Oh, there's going to be a great tornado. The AoE Crippling Fear, they're going to have to force the BKBs, and they do. They're going to try and turn it around, but there's going to be the Aeon just keeping Invoker alive, and he just BKBs. They turn around Benny. He's stunned up. They're going on to Ma. Deafening Blast catches all three. There's going to be the Cheese from the Void Spirit to slow it up into the high ground, but Benny's already dead, and now Mini running for his life. An Astral Step left, but he's going to get voided up. Can he get in range for the Crippling Fear? He's going to go for the TP. They have a Yules. They don't use it. They're off the mark, but look at your boy Kits committing for the Roshan, and guess what's being delivered, baby? That is a Divine Rapier.
Rapier online, Aegis, Cheese, and Refresher Shard drops, so that's potentially 2 live, 2 metamorphoses. Your backs are against the wall here. There's so little that you're able to do. Morphling still 200 gold away from buyback as well. They need somebody to run in the air and pick up these bounty runes on the bottom side of the map, or they're just going to lose. They might just GG out here. They can't defend this without the Morphling.
Yeah, this is just really, really, really good plays here from 5ManMidas. They get the Aegis, they get the Refresher, and now you have to deal with 2 Terrorblades on a Divine Rapier with so many spells to enable this hero. Mini, he goes in, it's a Yule's immediately going to fall into that Crippling Fear. There is nothing you can do. The Terrorblade just destroying the side of Jaguares. They buy back the Void Spirit, but again, like you said, there's no Morphling. He goes in, he hits that AoE silence, pops the BKB, but he has to just run. He goes right into RRL. He's just waiting for him. That BKB gonna expire, but they just chew right through him. It doesn't matter. The dieback is there. Kits not even meta yet. 1 second on cooldown. Now he's gonna catch it. Mars on the backside trying to cut the waves, but for what? Triple kill for Kits. They wait, what?
The admin has paused the game. All right, little mistake there by the admin.
Kyle, what have you done? Oh God, Kyle, what have you done? Ultra kills for Kits. He's not down. He's walking to the base. He wants the rampage. Give it to him. Oh my God. Just one-shots the lion. This man, he has no chill. Look at him go. 800 damage nearly on this. Oh, he has 900 damage. Oh my goodness. This Terrorblade. An absolute Chad.
Oh, Ricky, that went from 0 to 100 incredibly fast. This Terrorblade ripping them apart there. Just so many bad fights again and again. I don't think they should have recommitted for that Roche there. Lion buybacking into the game, and some reason Benny opting not to split push the wave, but to try and take a fight 3v5 there.
And I just loved this draft from 5ManMidas. You can tell it's something they're very comfortable with.
Look at these swings, man.
Yeah. All right. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Ends almost 20,000 in favor of 5ManMidas XP as well. This was just an incredible game. Well played by 5ManMidas. I mean, they just played incredibly well against Spirits, who is now Jaguares, a team that just 2-0'd Infamous a couple days ago. I mean, this is a great showing by them. These are both open qualifier teams. I was really looking forward to seeing these teams go head-to-head, and we've got a second game coming up in a moment. Neph, any final thoughts on that one? That thing was wild.
I don't know. The amazing gameplay out of, I guess, the Terrorblade there. And Invoker did a pretty good job of keeping a lot of these people in check as well. Benny, great job on the Morphling. Just a couple of mistakes here and there, but I think they got to rethink this Lion, man. I feel like, you did some good disabling and whatnot, but overall it was pretty underwhelming. Only 9k hero damage. Stuns were a little bit off the market a number of times. They needed more damage there. It all came out from Morphling at the end there, and by himself, it just wasn't enough.
Yeah, they had the counters, man. That last pick, Night Stalker, fantastic. Terrorblade with that many items. I mean, what does Morphling even do? Too much. It's not enough. That being said, we're going to go to a small break. We got game 2 between Jaguares Gaming and 5ManMidas coming up in just a moment. So stay tuned. We'll see y'all in just a bit.